Alright, I had to go find that meme before I said anything. Uh, I am assuming that there is sound. Just to throw some music on the background. Sound, we good? Please tell me that my headset has survived. I'm waiting to hear yay or nay whether this works, but the person has to actually like switch back over to paying attention to the channel. I'm also now more keenly aware of how much of a delay there is between when someone says something in chat and when I reply to them and they actually hear it. I may actually keep this music on. I kind of like it over the music that's in SimCity. But we shall see. I am anxiously waiting to find out if this is actually working. Come on, Tara. Guess I'll start loading the game and change the sound. Because I think, yeah, I'm just gonna listen to music. Maybe something a little bit more upbeat than my lo-fi. I need to write some stuff. Alright. Effects volume is good. But let us change to the other playlist. Okay, so everything on my screen is showing me that I have sound, and it's different this time than it was. I didn't catch that with the wrong thing was listed. Well, not the wrong thing. It had default device, but it wasn't actually fully default device. So everything is 100% accurate this time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Hopefully Power will let me know whether I have all the sound or not. Oh, yeah. So context that's probably necessary for why this just loaded Wessex, because if anyone's, like, familiar with the UK, they're just gonna be kind of squinting at me over that. Um, the region, I named the region Albion. Alright. I was creatively dead. So, yes, that is why this place is named Wessex. It's not that I particularly favor Wessex, it's that it was one of the original, like big cities that could sort of qualify as a capital that Great Britain had. Alright, what was I doing before that happened? That's right, I was zoning. Oh no, I want road. There we go. That stays like that. Alright, let's bulldoze some things. Like, I had the speed up when I initially started the game, so this was, this kind of sat here and got a lot of stuff. Like money. Oh hey, there's a road that I missed. Damn it. I'm skipping to the next track. That the underlying vibration noise is too much. Alright. Okay, good. So, Power respond. I was expecting Power to respond on Twitch chat. No, they responded on Discord, so I didn't see it, because even though it doesn't show that I am in streamer mode on Discord, I am in fact in streamer mode, so it did not make any noise. Alright, back to the actual game. So, what I had said when there was no sound is that, don't expect anything, like, crazy weird and, like, wibbly wobbly lines, because I grew up in Salt Lake City. I love the grid system. You can't get lost on the grid system unless you are really dumb, because you have State Street running north to south, Main Street running east to west. They're both 0, and then from there it goes like 100, 200, 300, 400, in all 4 directions, and then it'll have like the direction itself, like west, east, etc. So like, let's say you were going to someplace in Salt Lake. 5975 south, 325 west. It is impossible not to find that address because it is in the grid system. You literally go a little more than 3 streets from State Street to the west, and then you are pretty far down. You're at least 5,700 from Main Street. But still, you literally, like, in the grid section, like the older parts of Salt Lake, if you get lost, you really, really need to reevaluate your life. Because it's pretty impossible to get lost. But I became very, very, very attached to the grid system because of that. Normal maps I cannot map grid maps, I'm fine. So yeah, don't expect anything fancy or cool. What you're getting is, like, my impression of Salt Lake City. Nope, that's one too many escapes. I want to see who wants what. Shipping freight. Can wait. People aren't happy about taxes, but they're gonna deal with it for a bit. At least until I can upgrade my government. Alright. So I need to... Oh, they're already people living there. Oh well. I'm going to... make some executive changes to this neighborhood. I'll actually put there. Then a fire station. And a hospital, because the coverage does not reach that far. Alright. Coverage doesn't really reach out there either. Yee. So, yeah, I've got to take out one of these buildings. So, that give me enough coverage? Yeah, it does, mostly. There's that. Fire. Oh, that's right, that's that. Go there. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I don't want to develop that area too quickly. I just kind of... all of the water was, like, over here, and I'm gonna... I found out in my other game that it's very, very easy to get to the point where you have drained the water out of an area, so... Alright. What do I want to do now? Yeah, that'll work. Futurize that whole little block there. We'll put you here-ish. Futurize that area. It's extremely little. Wow. None of those have to reach that. There we go. About the same reach. Over there. Alright. Yeah, fine. I lowered taxes. I'm sorry, city. Your mayor is a socialist. they believe in fairly decent taxation and a lot of public programs. Alright, 1 second. I'm pulling my hair back. Again. This elastic is on its last legs. And it shows. Alright. That one. Oh, I need to finish upgrading some roads. That's the service road, but this is an actual road. As is this. Alright. That's everything at least up to that, right? Oh. No, there's a little piece right here. Yeesh. I think that's about where it was. I think. So close. Oops. Alright. Double check one more time before I commit to the T part of this. Yes. Why did... Hold on. I don't believe... I don't understand why it decided to... do that. Yeah, no idea. Whatever. Okay, fine. Alright. 259? Yeah. I can add to it later. So there's that. Where is this? This is here. So I just need to bring that out more there. So that's where that is. Where's this? This is back here. Turn up the speed of it. Wait. Oh, what did I do with my glasses? There we go. Give it a second and I'll drop this. Alright. A little bit higher speed. Oh, come on, mouse. Now is not the time. You stop. Come on. Stabilize. Thank you. Huh? I cannot wait until the 22nd when the other desk gets here. And I can be done with this shit. that's where that is. Oh, I guess, like, I should read this out loud, considering not everybody's gonna understand Simlish. So, anyways. Mayor, April from Agent. So glad you could join us. Just think of all the dreadful misdeeds and crimes we will commit. Bless your cold, villainous heart. I'm Dr. Stone, Wu's right-hand man. I'm not going to do that yet because I just barely started playing again. Our first task at hand is to turn this innocent little town into a breeding ground for criminals. Let's get more polluting factories around here and do whatever it takes to get more criminals in the city. Please look forward to it in the future gameplay. I must also ask you to build a tower for Dr. Wu and his henchmen. He's quite tired of running his operation out of the local coffee shop. Alright. So, where are you going? Wait. That's you. You go here. So I just kind of have to draw that out. Right. See if that's gonna be good enough before I overcommit to the design. Hi, mouse. Thank you. Oh. Gotta wait a minute. I wish it would at least predict. Come on. Should be enough with the next tick. No. Just a little short. Yeah, 22,500. There we go. So does it get any better than that? No, that whole thing is... I mean, I'm still not going to be able to do this through street either way, but... Also, grabbing chocolate, because chocolate is good. Alright. Now, the trade depot. I want to have it against the rail. Oh, I have one. Hi. I could be, but shouldn't make me this big of a debt. Oil. Got the ore right. Or freight. Yes, yes, you're having a staffing shortage. We'll get there. Oh, that's right. I have resources now. I can turn this back on. Kinda have to. Wait. Let's try this again. Is that enough power with both of them going? There it goes. The whole thing. Okay. Apparently not. fine. Everything is fine except for my mouse. Come on, give me money. Okay, one more round. Hi, Cypher. Nice of you to drop by, but that is a very good point. You know what's really sad? I actually miss 7-Elevens. Like, they just opened the first one near where I live. There's not one for like an hour or so away. And I do kind of miss them. How's your night going, Cypher? I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's just like there's the nostalgia factor, and then like there's also kind of the idea of having like the Japanese version of a 7-Eleven, because in Japan they're not terrible. Alright, so problem. Mayor, we have reports of some crazy guy that calls himself Dr. Wu threatening the region. There's only one way to defeat him. Maxis Man. We have to bring him back. We need a bit bigger of a town to get him a proper home. Maybe then he will come and save the day. So, we're gonna go this route. Look, I seriously don't live in an area that has 7-Eleven, and sometimes, like, it's the local convenience stores just don't have, like, and I'm sure it's probably supply chain issues, but they just don't have, like, the stuff that I want out of a convenience store. These, on the other hand, I miss that whole death by cheese croissant they used to have. It was like, what, like a 6-cheese croissant sandwich? It was... I do miss that. I need more residents to get Maxis Manor. Oh, I need more housing. Awesome. Yeah, the cheese fries too. Like, I kind of had like 3 go-tos there. It was the Death by Cheese #1, the Death by Cheese #2, and then their milkshakes. These had better milkshakes than Denny's, and that is a hill I will die on. Yeah. I do remember, like, being really, really tired one night when I was at the Denny's downtown. I got confused or something, I don't even know where my brain was, and I turned down the one-way street, and started driving like I was British. I have no idea, like, everybody was like, wait, what? And even I was like, my brain just short-circuited, I have no idea what happened. As for hires, yeah, like, I haven't seen I haven't seen a high rise in forever because we didn't get anywhere near one. I think like most of them had closed down actually when I went in 2017. Um, Arctic Circle though, like I got to go to our Arctic Circle, which was happy, and at the time, we didn't have Carl's Jr. back here either, so that was part of my trip for Salt Lake in 2017. Yeah, I would kill somebody for a scone cutter to be nearby. That was some good food. Like, really good, often underappreciated food. Like, if I was ever gonna steal recipes from somewhere, scone cutter would be it. Yeah, I heard Cottonwood Mall is a parking lot, and, like, the malls downtown don't exist anymore. Like, the buildings are still there, but they closed, like, at least one of them. Which, weird. Oh, so something else trippy along those lines. Yeah, I thought they both were closed now. The one was still open when I went in 2017, but it wasn't long for the world. Um, the other one that trips me out is Murray no longer has the smokestacks. The ones that were across from the high school, they tore them down. Like, they haven't operated in, like, decades, but they finally just completely tore them down. And it's now a Costco. There's the funnier part. It's now a Costco. Wow, you are bigger than I remember you being. Yeah, right? Fine. Do I have the option for... No, I don't have the option for it yet. There we go. I think they got rid of it before you left, but the building that Confetti used to be in is gone. It's now a Walgreens. Yeah, I thought it was like right before you left, that happened. I don't think there's anything else that was major in our lives that changed super dramatically. Those are kind of the big things that changed. things that haven't changed in 2017, Area 51 was still Area 51 in the same building, same space, same practically everything, same DJs. Now, Kevin is no longer in Salt Lake. Yeah, light rail did expand, which that is not a bad thing. But I'm convinced at this point that Area 51 will like never change. It's going to become like a permanent fixture in the city. Or at least a really, really long-lived one, like DV8 or something. Yeah, that's fair. And I'm sure that, like, I was there in 2017, and it was pretty different. But, like, I'm fairly certain that the pandemic also really changed just, like, the generic shape of Salt Lake City and the Salt Lake Valley, because there's so much that was there that just I know wouldn't have survived the pandemic. Oh, hell, I don't remember. I think I only ever went to the one in Provo once. The ones that I remember are like DV8 and I think the Bay, I think is what it was called. And then I remember the location of another one where like the LGBTQ plus scene hung out for their drag shows, because like they weren't allowed to do their drag shows, so they would do them there, but like it wasn't uncommon for someone to get shanked at this club. It was, I can't really remember what it was called. Yeah, no, like I knew as soon as I mentioned somebody getting shanked there, after pointing out that the Rainbow Brigade was there, that it would help, like, trigger memory, because that was literally the only nightclub where somebody got stabbed on the regular when we were growing up. Let's see. Oh, I know. Throw down some school. Yeah, I went for special events, that were at Bricks. Oops. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, I do, like, I have been all over this country, and I've only found one club that had, out of many, many goth clubs, because I've been to one in, like, every single state. Oh, I have a ton of pics of the crew that used to hang out at Confetti. But, like, yeah, I should digitize those now that I think about it. And I totally lost my train of thought because of the mention of the old crew. Oh, yeah, no, I've only found one club that is, like, remotely like Confetti's an Atmosphere. And that was a club in Austin, Texas called Elysium. It had a very, very, like, Fetties vibe to it. I don't have much expansion. I could actually get away with sticking it right in the heart of my little, subdivision. Mouse, behave. Oh, there's a picture that Mum has that's not of the group that we hung out with together, but the ones that she'd have come over for her Gothnic things. It was after, it was like the second or third Gothnic she threw. We ended up with a banner that she did eventually take down because she knew her friends were going to guilt trip her. But, like, the first Gothnic that we did, someone in a minivan, like, drove past the house slowly, staring with their mouth agape, and Mum, bless her heart, without her mouth ran away from her before her brain could catch up because she just yells at this car, take a fucking picture, it lasts longer. So for the next Gothic, I printed out, you know, the old school style of printing out a banner. I made a banner in, it wasn't Photoshop, I forget what it was, I think it might have just been paint, but I made this banner with this Gothic font that had two different pictures on either side of the text from the prior Gothic, particularly right at the moment that the whole thing happened. And it was in big letters. It was like a two-tier banner. It said, take a fucking picture, it lasts longer. And she went with it for like maybe an hour or an hour and a half before she was like, okay, if Doug and Debbie see this, we're gonna lose the house. So she made us take it down. But there's a picture of all of us in front of the banner from that. No, you weren't. You had to work that day. Back when you were working at, God, I think it was still called EB Games at that point, I think? Game Peddler. No, Game Peddler was the one that did the tabletop stuff, like the like board games place, wasn't it? Or am I misremembering that? Oh, no, it started out as Game Peddler, and then it got bought out by EB Games eventually, and the name got reused. No, I'm wrong. The same owner owned something called Gamekeeper, and they kept Gamekeeper, but not Game Peddler. Game Peddler went to EB Games and then eventually became a GameStop before they mixed them all entirely. Gonna wait on actually buying a new power system. Everything has power. I also still remember you calling me, like, right before the store actually opened, the day that Dracula X, Moonlight and Nocturne came out. And I, like, hauled myself out of bed, basically threw on pants and a shirt and shoes, promptly stole the car without explaining anything to my mother, and drove over to go pick it up. Yeah, I'm kind of gonna end up killing somebody's house either way, so... Alright. This thing is absolutely huge. I guess I'll go with that way. Oh, hey, how much does it cost? Oh, that'll be a second. Alright, there we go. No, still not enough. Damn it. Wait, why do I have this thing on this protester? Oh. Oh! Oh, I can't do that yet, bud. You want me to reduce the price that the tax that the low income residents have to pay, but I don't have a split yet. Oh my god. I vaguely remember being told about her when that happened. Or like you referenced it during a conference, I think. But yeah, I remember you telling me about it, regardless of when it was, but So, you remember how I hung out with like a bunch of street kids that didn't particularly have like homes or anything, right? The street kids, general conference and stuff with the Mormons never really got them much money when they were panhandling, but when the Baptist church showed up for their conferences every couple of years, that was kind of when like the people who were at that current time homeless didn't actually have to be homeless for like a week, because they made so much money off the Baptists that they could rent like motel and hotel rooms for the entire week. It was insane how much money like my friends could make. And to be fair, it was a group effort. There was always like 4 or 5 actually homeless kids that were panhandling, and then there were like 3 or 4 more of us who would be helping them out. But yeah, no, that Baptist conference that came in every few years, that was where the money was to be made. Time to upgrade some roads. This is very much so like playing whack-a-mole. No, and of course it goes to the lights. Oh, yeah. That apartment, man, for a first apartment, like, even, like, in general, but for a first apartment, that apartment was really nice. Because part of that downstairs was a laundromat, but there was also, like, a little, like, delicatessen place in it. So if we didn't feel like cooking, we could go just right downstairs, have food. Unlike a lot of our friends and their apartments, going and doing the laundry was really easy because it was just a walk down the stairs. And like for a 2-bedroom, that thing was I think bigger than my 2-bedroom in San Diego, and we paid like I think $600 to $800 for that apartment, while my apartment in San Diego was, when I finally like left San Diego, the last amount of rent I was paying was $11.50 per month. So yeah, I remember it's kind of funny because this came up while we were doing the porch. I remember we got locked out, and while I could get the lock to pick, we were having a hard time actually getting the door to like open enough. Because it wasn't like I couldn't get it to fully pick, but I got it to pick enough. And I remember like looking at Patrick and being like, "Oh, hey, let me see that machete you got." And he's like, "Okay," and then I just like used it to finish prying the door open. Yeah, that actually came up while we were doing the deck, and I do vaguely remember that apartment. That was after you'd been living with what's his name, Gary. Gary? It was Gary, right? Oh no, did it just crash? Uh-oh. Spinning blue circle. Oh, I'm crossing you for Tony. Tony lived with Gary, that was right. Oh, my game froze. Damn it. Oh, and of course I pull up Task Manager and it comes back. Fuck you, Murphy. Hail Hydrate. Wow, that is a terrible spot for the alerts on this. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, Hail Hydrate. Have a drink of water. I want to make sure all of the power... And then the whole thing decides to crash. What are you doing? It's the one that came out in 2013, but it just crashed and won't come back up. Like, I'm trying to get it to pull back up, and it's just... It acts like it's gonna pull it up, and then it just kinda seems to forget what it was doing. So that's kind of fun. But anyway, aside from my technical difficulties, how are you tonight, Falco? That's a lot of broadcasts for one night. Yeah, this is technically, like, it doesn't have the, it's not actually tagged that on the box, but it's basically referred to as SimCity 5. But yeah, it's the one that came out in 2013. I honestly, I have no idea why I enjoy sim games so much. It doesn't make sense with, like, my history. I guess it's the sciencey part of me. Like, it's sort of an extreme science video game in some respects. Especially, like, you could do all kinds of science experiments in Sims 4. At least, at this point, it's giving me the loading screen, but it's not going past the loading screen yet. But it's not saying that it's crashed. It is. I ran into a problem. I played something like, I want to say 20-ish hours on the city prior to the one that I'm working on. And sometime not long after 20, I suddenly was just running out of money left, right, and center, and it was like, what did I do wrong? So, like, yeah, it can be a huge challenge to make the city work. At that point, that city had 2 Godzilla attacks, a meteor shower, and like 4 earthquakes. So, oh hey, it's an actual screen. Yeah, there we go. It's actually letting me, like, into the game, and I can tell it to resume. I don't think either of you were here earlier when I explained why the city's name is Wessex. I named my region Albion because I was creatively deprived. I've had 2 hours of sleep, and I finished putting a railing up on a porch. It was the easier part of all of it, but I'm still very, very, like, out of it. So creatively bankrupt, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna be naming you Albion, and then Wessex is like one of the first capital-sized cities they had. That's fine. I appreciate the hellos and the views, even if you end up lurking. I actually have to sit down, and in order to continue getting towards affiliate, I have to cut, like, highlights. It's one of the things under the video requirements is that you have to actually have, like, a few clips, so. Oh, don't crash again. Please don't crash again. Oh, that was a little nerve-wracking. Oh, no! Ugh! No! No! Come on, game! Don't do this to me. And there it went. Cypher, just to make sure, you're at work, right? Because I think at this point, since it's gonna make me restart my computer to get EA's shit to behave, I'm just gonna go raid somebody. So, yeah. Sure, Falco. Yeah. I mostly am broadcasting between, 11 p.m. Eastern and then like 2 or 3 a.m. I can only do like 2 or 3 hours at a time before it kills me. Yeah, I think it's his day where he works. I'm pulling up Twitch now to see who on my list is live. Wow, our interwebs is being... I try to broadcast every night for at least 2 hours, but I know that that's not completely viable every single day because of my medical conditions. But yeah, I try to do every day between 11 and 1 a.m. for sure, if not 2. Oh wow, yeah, EA is just screwing my system. I can't even get Twitch to come up for me to be able to look and see who there is to raid. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I hate it when an EA game crashes, because if it takes out, like, the actual EA overlay, yeah. Alright, I have, the Streamlabs bot, so I'm not gonna be able to hear their stream. I'll just be able to see their chat, because the only way I can actually do the raid right now is to use the Streamlabs stuff, maybe? Oh my god. Even this is locking up. Wow. Wow. Oh, thank you, EA. But not really. Oh yeah, I prefer to end the stream and send it over to somebody else, because people have been kind enough to raid me to try to get me to affiliate, and I feel like I need to pay it forward to the next person. So I'm gonna see if I can get any of these to let me switch over. I mean, if this tech difficulty is actually this bad, then I may just have to forego helping somebody else out for just one night. The altruist in me is hurt by this option, but yeah, it's actually loading my channel, kind of. I have video, but I don't have chat. Shouldn't it be the other way around when it screws up? Shouldn't it be that chat's fine and, like, the graphics are the problem? Go figure. Alright, let's give your friend some love. Did that go through? I see it, but, like, it doesn't actually have any... I don't have the button for the raid. There it goes. Alright. Alright. I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to pass this over to Blood Alucard right now. Thanks to anyone who is watching, either live or later on any of your video repositories. I'm going to let this guy know that I can't